Bobosi Tiberius here, wrapping up a Modern League with Soul Sisters. We have a very good opener on the play here. We're very happy to keep this. We get to go turn 1 Sister, turn 2 Pridemate, which is the ideal play in the deck. And it is exactly what we'll do here. Oh, we messed up. We got ahead of ourselves there. Very terrible misplay. And our opponent not going to punish us too harshly for it just yet. Let's see if they draw the Thoughtseize. This is clearly Death Shadow. What I do like here is that we can hold up path for the Death Shadow. So we can just get it Thoughtseize, the Soul's Attendant Thoughtseize out of our hand. So we are in very unfortunate predicament here on that misclick. Play the Soul's Attendant now. We like being able to cast Ajani's Pridemate next turn and Whitemane Lion it. Play ends up being irrelevant because of their Fatal Push. So now the game plan is Bugler into looping Whitemane Lion. There's still the chance that they just Thoughtseize away our Bugler. Stands to reason that this is the Death Shadow. We will try to path it next turn. See if they have the counter. Sick lands. We're going to leave Ghost Quarter up here and just play a 2-drop Pridemate. A 2/2 is sometimes enough to get them off of their game. Next turn we start digging with Militia Bugler. They have a bobble. Kor Skyfisher is a good draw here. They usually don't run anything that can counter creatures, so we're just going to slam the Bugler down and hope for the best. We see a Squadron Hawk, which is very good at pressuring them. And we now have them on a pretty substantial clock. They show us a push. Blood Crypt is pretty strong. Delve a Gurmag Angler. And a Death Shadow. We'll play the Soul Warden here. Or sorry, the Soul's Attendant here. And we'll actually hold back, knowing we can cast Whitemane Lion to get the Bugler back while gaining life. Apologize for that. They're going to attack in for 9 here. We're going to make them... We're going to block Death... Let's block the Gurmag Angler and make them do Death Shadow things. See if they have an answer for this. In most cases, they won't, unless it's another push, and then it's irrelevant. They bobble. Snapcaster Mage. For another Fatal Push, one would imagine. Yep, Snapcaster Push comes down. They'll push our Bugler. Make sure to always yes. We'll just return the Whitemane Lion. Go to damage. So we're going to try to double Ghost Quarter here. In some circumstances, you can Ghost Quarter them off of what they need. Let's see if they have multiple basics here. They don't. So now every Ghost Quarter we draw is a Wasteland. And we'll path the Death Shadow. They do get a land. Jace is interesting off the top. We'll take the damage here. We're going to play the Skyfisher and then the second Soul's Attendant. Skyfisher will get back the tapped land, so we can play another Soul's Attendant. And now we can put pressure in the air. Clocking them when they don't have a Death Shadow with a 2/3 is a really fine strategy. They will Thoughtseize away, theoretically, our Squadron Hawk. Squadron Hawk feels like the better than the Whitemane Lion. And they do get the Squadron Hawk. So that's a good removal there. They will flip Jace, which does frustrate us. Jace can uptick to stop our Kor Skyfisher from doing any damage. We're down to 9. They're going to race a lot better than we can here. We really wanted that Squadron Hawk. They're going to Thoughtseize again. Interesting. So we just get to kill the Jace, which is good. Killing the Jace helps us out a lot. They need... Death Shadow is helpful for them. Forgot to always yes there. Ghost Quarter is a good draw. We'll get the Jace off the battlefield. We're dead next turn if we don't block. We're going to leave Ghost Quarter up. There's no reason to do it, no more reason to do it aggressively when they're on so many lands. They have one card in hand. Theoretically, we'll fetch for another blue source here. Blue-red, Steam Vent. As always, as per usual, we are dead to the, we're dead to the Temur Battle Rage, which is pretty standard. Apologize again, the kids just got home from school, so they're screaming, and when they scream, the dogs go running outside. Them not attacking with both creatures is a pretty critical mistake on their part. Leaving us at 11 feels very good for us. A Soul Warden will come down. And we'll fly over for 2. So we are presenting lethal next turn. They need a Fatal Push. They fetch down to 1. So every fetch makes Death Shadow bigger, obviously, but it really doesn't matter unless they get the Temur Battle Rage. If they get the Temur Battle Rage, we are dead. And there's really no way for us to keep them off of it. And they concede. We are able to pull it off through just consistent Skyfisher pressure. That's how we like it. Definitely want to steal game 1 from these guys because it can get rough otherwise. Worships seem very good, as do Ruined Halos, as do Rest in Peace. Celestial Purge comes in because it is very strong. Cards that are weak. Going wide against them is a very good plan. We're going to cut Soul Warden and Soul's Attendant. We're going to cut Serra Ascendant here just because it's so hard to get up to that life total. And then I think after that it gets very tough. Let's cut a Monument. They're hard to cast. Let's cut a Bugler. And then let's cut one of the Whitemane Lions. Skyfisher ends up being better because it is an aerial assault. Actually, let's cut an Archangel of Thune. It's just too easy to Thoughtseize out an Archangel of Thune. Let's keep the Whitemane Lion. 2-drops that can pressure them are going to be very good against them. Worship might be a little too slow. There is an argument that says Worship is a little too slow for this matchup. We're going to try it out, though. I also wonder if cutting all the Archangels is the right call there, so feel free to leave it in the comments if you think it would have been right to cut all the Archangels. We really want to keep this. If we draw a land and we are on the draw, we have just so much removal, and we have early Sisters plays. We're going to keep this and hope for the best. It's just too good not to, with the double Sisters, the Path, the Purge. if they turn 1 Inquisition, in theory, they take the Monument. And it's turn 1 Thoughtseize. So that will probably get our Worship, in theory. It depends. They might just try to curve on us here. There's an argument to curve on us and take one of the Sisters or one of the removal spells. Honestly, I can't fault them for taking anything here. It really depends on how their hand looks. If they don't have a lot of... They do take the Worship. And we draw the second land. We need it. Thank you, deck. So we'll start with a Soul's Attendant. Pass the turn. They cycle Street Wraith. Pull the graveyards back up. I think it will be relevant. Inquisition. So they are a discard heavy hand, which is okay. They take the Oketras and leave us with removal spells. This is their turn 2 and they got stuck on 1 land. That's unfortunate for them. Because now we can just pressure them with Sisters. We're actually going to cast this now. And shut off the Death Shadows. We cast that now because they can't counter it, and they can't really answer it. Charlie likes that play. He's a big fan with his big yawn. Big yawns. No, we really like how this game is shaping up. We snuck in a very big spell against their move. Against their missing land. The discard heavy is obnoxious, I will say that. They take the Sister, so they leave us with 1 creature to attack with. We do have removal for days, and they need to protect their counter magic. Polluted Delta. Gets a grave. They know my hand, so it would be a mistake. I wonder what they're baiting there, because they know I can remove that next turn. Do they need the land? Let's purge here, while we still can. And we'll get in for 1. If they have another threat, we are in trouble because they can counter the path. They do not have another threat. We'll rip right now. So now we are protected from Death's Shadow. I guess we didn't need to purge the Death's Shadow. We do want to get in our damage, so it's fine. But now they can't cast Angler, can't hurt us with Death's Shadow. So we're in really good shape here. We just need to draw a flyer. They are a little flooded, both games. For them to have 4 and 5 lands per turn is pretty much the equivalent of flooding in a Death Shadows deck. We're going to return the tap land and throw it back out, and then get in. So we've got them on a pretty good clock here. We're happy with the life total. We now don't have to path that Death Shadow, and they are getting the Gurmag mana, so they could just cast a Gurmag here. but we've shut them off pretty well with Enchantment Hate. Here's an EE on 2. EE on 2 is very good. We would love to get a bounce creature here. Actually fine. We're fine pressuring them this way. And just gaining a bunch of life anytime they cast a creature. We'll force them to blow up the EE now. They get a nice 3-for-1 off the EE. Down to 3 life. They're still not drawing threats, though. We will get in for 2 here. They've got 2 cards. In theory, one of them could be a fatal push. There's the push. Down to 1 card in hand. Very interesting that they haven't drawn a creature yet. We really want to cast that Archangel. They're down to 1, they can no longer fetch. They get the Jace. And they get the Death Shadow. We're going to burn them off of mana here. They don't have an island to fetch. And then we'll path the Death Shadow. Don't want to have to deal with that. And now we can get in. We will attack, just because it doesn't matter if they block. They need a removal spell once again. My dog thinks they're going to draw the push. Did they draw the push? They look for the push with a Jace. Get rid of a Bloodstained Mire that they can't use. Thought sees the Archangel out of my hand and they're dead. They die by their own terms. And we scoop it up there. So 2 and 3 final record. A really good 2-0 against Death Shadow to finish strong. See you in the recap.